Hi, my name's Jackie. If you would like to straighten your spine, improve your balance, your flexibility, your cardiovascular fitness and your memory, then this exercise routine will do all those things in one. So 15 years younger is the aim, and it's absolutely realistic to have a 15 years younger body if you put a bit of work in. So I want to be 100 going on 85, and if you want that too, then do the work, do it with me. All you need today is a solid chair and your body. Make sure the chair is not going to slide, it's nice and solid on the floor. First pose is a nice stretch, lengthening out our spine. So hands up on the back of the chair, feet about hip width, parallel, and really reach the crown of the head and the tailbone in opposite directions. Try to sink the chest down and reach the sitting bones back. Hopefully you can feel a little bit of a stretch through the armpit chest area where we get tight. Try to have your ears level with your upper arms, spreading fingers and toes. Sometimes I wag my tail a little bit to lengthen the lower back a bit more. Try to get a centimetre or two taller. And then final exhalation here. Stepping out of this one. And that's number one. So see if you can remember that. Right angle pose, number one. Or you can make your own name, but try to remember that one. There's 8 to remember. So we're using our mind. The next one, number 2, put your left foot up on the chair. And if you need a wall near you, have a wall near you. So make sure you feel stable and you're not going to fall over. And then the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand behind you, round right waist, and then just lift through your chest, lengthen through the crown of the head, move the tops of the shoulders down, away from your ears, and then just gaze over your left shoulder. Be solid through your standing leg, squeeze the muscles around the knee joint. So if you're over 40, which pretty much all of my students are, over 50, and you've lost a bit of cartilage in the knee. So if you can keep that muscular lift, that's going to provide the cushioning. So get lots of good lift out of the knees, and final exhalation, that nice spinal rotation, loosening up the spine and the shoulders. So come back, both feet down, and then find your balance and put the right foot up, and then the left hand to the outer right leg, and the right arm behind you around the left waist. Now lift through the chest, lengthen through the spine, reaching up through the crown of the head, move the tops of the shoulders down, really get that stability through that standing leg, hip over heel, and then try to look behind you. Keep the breath just moving in and out through the nose. Keep the breath steady as you can. Feel the stabilizing leg and the nice rotation or twist through the spine. Final exhalation. So that's number 2. So see if you can remember that. Leg up, rotate the spine. The next one is the cardiovascular one. So I call it sits or squats. So just watch me first. Sit down, stand up. That's all you need to do. Sit down, stand up. Sit, stand, sit, stand. Keep doing that, feeling your leg muscles. Try to have your back as straight as you can. And those of you who find it's a bit too easy, then if you would like to make it harder and you know your knees are okay to do more, then you can actually do, see what I'm doing here? Squats. That's an option. It's your knees. Go a little bit faster. Whichever one you're doing. A lot of people in their 80s and 90s literally can't get themselves out of a chair. anymore because they've lost their mobility. But that will never happen to you because you're doing the work. So when you're 80, 90, 100, you'll still be able to get in and out of the chair because you keep doing the work. You still have a good memory. So this is number 3. What are you going to call it? Try to find your own name, your own way of remembering this one. Number 3. Okay, number 4 is also cardiovascular. See how I've got opposite hand to foot? So I'm stepping up onto the chair and I'm sort of punching one arm forward, one pulls back. So see if you can coordinate that. Make sure you look straight ahead at eye level. Squeeze your belly. Keep those tops of the shoulders down and the crown of the head reaching up. Make sure you're not like this. So lift that chest. And so one day when you're 80 or 90 or 100, you can walk up a steep hill, a mountain, or steep stairs. So this is that strength for stepping up, and you never want to lose that. So work on that, and there's a lot of people, significant amount of people, when they're older, cannot walk upstairs anymore. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5. Okay. Number 5 is a side stretch. So put one foot up and the other arm up like this. I've got my right leg here and my left arm, and then stretch the side. Now if this is too hard, if you don't feel stable or it's hurting your hip, that's fine. See, you can just do it like this. But it is important to keep stretching the sides, the lats, because if you don't, they'll get stiff in this direction and you won't be able to move your shoulder freely or your spine, and you won't be able to breathe as freely either. So it's important to regularly stretch the side muscles, and we're balancing on one leg. Squeeze around the knees, really get that lift out of the lower spine, and always trying to relax into each pose, wherever your edge is. Trying to turn the chest up a bit, and then moving from the core, so squeeze the belly a bit to lift out of the poses. And then the other side, so if it hurts your hip or you don't feel stable, you don't want to hurt yourself, you could just do it like this. Otherwise, have the foot up on the chair, and I've got my left leg and my right arm, but it doesn't really matter too much. And trying to get that nice stretch through the side. So try to remember this is number 5. So I call it a variation of gate and triangle, or just call it side stretch, or you can find another name, something that might help you to remember it. Try to focus on what we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving from the core. Okay, so number 6 is working on our triceps. There's easier and harder. This one's easier. So you're trying to bend and squeeze the elbows straight, elbows in at the sides. Try to touch the wall behind you. Really squeeze the muscles in the back of the arms. So that's if you have a shoulder injury or you're a beginner to this type of exercise. But if your shoulders don't mind and you feel it's safe to do more, this is a bit harder. This is called Tricep Dips. And if you want to make this one harder, see how I've straightened my legs now? I've just got my heels down and I bend and straighten the elbows. Bend, try to put some weight back into the arms. And this is a very strong one. I might go to easier because I've just been surfing and my arms have done quite a lot of work already. So if you're from WA, lefties was good today, left-handers. But you might be, I don't know where you're from, but I'd love to hear from you if you would like to comment and tell me how you're feeling with the exercise, and if you'd like me to do more of these videos. I think these are really good ones to prevent Alzheimer's, Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6, sorry, that was number 6. Even my 49-year-old brain. Number 7 is this. There is an easier if you have a shoulder injury or if you have a foot. Some people have a foot injury and the toes don't tuck under for this bit and the shoulders aren't taking the weight. So if you can do it, do this. I call it up dog, down dog variation. So if you can, just keep doing that and you inhale and exhale. But if you want another option for shoulder injuries, so you can do this, lift the chest, reach forward, or even just hands on the hips, exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to keep your back quite straight. Find your rhythm. Chest towards the feet, chest towards the ceiling, chest towards the feet. And really moving energy, nothing getting stagnant. Keeping our spine nice and loose, our circulation flowing. Increase cerebral spinal fluid to the brain. Stay healthy, feel good. And number 8 is a nice stretch. So put one leg up. And if you're a bit stiffer, see here, that might be enough for you to feel the stretch through this left hamstrings. But if you're more flexible, you might go further, hands on the back, hands on the seat, and just enjoy that stretch. Don't round out too much. Keep a lift out of the lower spine. And how are you going to remember this one? How are you going to remember number 8? Try to find a little trick. Number 8. And then the other leg up. And you might feel enough stretch there. As long as you feel a stretch, you get a benefit. If you're stiff, you actually get more benefits out of yoga than flexible people. So if you're stiff, all the more reason to do yoga and stretch because it's really good for you. Always makes you feel good and it'll help you to have a younger body when you get old. If you maintain your flexibility, it's going to help you in life. Okay, so that was it. We're going to do them all again, but first we're going to try to remember. See if you can remember number 1. And if you can't, all the more reason to keep doing it, and you'll strengthen your brain. Finally, you'll remember it all, and you know you've strengthened some connections in your brain. If you find it's all easy, then you're not going to get that much benefit. Okay, number 2. Can you remember number 2? So this is number 1. We're doing it with our mind first. We're not doing it with our body just yet. Number 2. This is number 2. See if you can remember number 3. Think sits. Sit or squat. What was number 4? Climbing the mountain. That was this one. Or punching, walking up the stairs. Number 5. Yep. This one. Number 6. I don't expect you to remember them all. You might have done this. You might have done this. Number 7. This one. Number 8. Hopefully you remember that. That one. Okay, let's do them all again. And when you repeat, you actually go further into it. So into that lengthening your spine. So you can get a bit more length. Reach the crown and tail in opposite direction and enjoy the stretch. Number 1, focus that mind. What would be a way you could remember it? I just remember right angle pose, number 1. Focus, visualize, feel this stretch. Okay, moving from the core. Okay, number 2. Get solid through your standing leg. And your spine should rotate a little bit further now. So you might be able to see closer towards the wall behind you. And then the right leg up. Find your foundations. And then rotate when you're ready. Tops the shoulders down. Get that lift through that chest. Trying to work on flexibility in the back of the left shoulder. and the front of the right shoulder. Final exhalation. Number 3. Sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand. Sit, stand. Try to keep your back straight. Maybe try it with hands across your chest to use your back muscles more. Or some of you can try the full squats. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, a little bit faster. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 4, can you remember? Climb the mountain. Walk up the steep steps. Maybe a little bit of a punch. Squeeze the belly. Keep looking straight ahead. Squeezing, and the easier one, I should have said before, just walking on the spot is the easier one. So there's always easier. Sometimes I just forget to give the easier option. Or a lower chair would be easier too. This is quite a high one. For me anyway, because I'm quite short, very short. Okay, so number 4. Something like this, punch the door. Little things like that help you to remember. See if you can remember number 5. Staying alive. Should be able to get a little bit more stretch. Okay, other side. A little bit more length. Okay, number 6, maybe this one, maybe this. Do as many as you can in about, sort of each position. Try to go 20, 30 seconds, at least 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 7. As I've already said, if you don't remember any of them, all the more reason to keep doing it, to strengthen your brain. It's just like if you find it hard to balance on one leg, all the more reason to keep practicing. So important. If you get really puffed out when we're doing the sits, the cardiovascular work, if you find your fitness isn't great, all the more reason to work on it. And your body will adapt really quickly. And what's number 8? Can you remember number 8? Have a nice stretch here. Don't round out too much. Push down through the heel, reach back through the sitting bone. And to lift your heavy head and body up, keep your core switched on. And make sure you do watch my core video. If you go subscribe, you press on my face in the ice bath, or you'll see all my videos there. And it's geared towards mainly over 40s, over 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm a specialist for the older people, keeping it safe, beneficial. Slowing down aging is, okay, good, is what we all want. Increasing our health longevity. Okay, once more, do it in your head first. See if you can remember number 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Can you remember number 6? Can you remember number 7? 8? Yeah, I think you can remember that one. Okay, so let's quickly go through it again with our body, because it's good for our body. So this one straightens our spine, number 1. A little bit longer, final breath in and out. Number 2. Rotations are great to loosen up. We should have plenty of rotation through our spine, but it does get quite stiff, so let's keep working on that. And keeping our spine healthy and nice shoulder mobility and neck. And also, obviously, we're balancing too. Other side. Should feel quite good. All sports involve rotation and just little everyday things. Putting on the seatbelt, putting on a jacket. Okay, number 3. Cardiovascular work and leg strength. Very important. Ten, as fast as you can go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 4. If you're really, really, really puffed out, that's fine. But the more you work on your cardiovascular fitness, your heart will quickly get stronger, and then you have better health overall. Better circulation is the key. Better blood flow to the brain, younger brain. Find a few big hills to walk up or cycle up. Keep doing some of my videos. Okay, number 5 is a nice stretch. Yep, just trying to, good. So I'm noticing with my students, in general, the older people get, the harder it is to remember what we've just done in a yoga class. And that's fine, that's life. But we can always work on it. Always work on all these things: memory, flexibility, balance, cardiovascular fitness. Other side of this one. Enjoy this side stretch. You should be going much further into it now on the 3rd time, and also you're warmed up. Upper arm closer to the ear. Moving from the quad lift out. Number 6. Which one are you doing? This one? This one? It's the last one, so you maybe push it a little bit, because you know if your shoulder's okay, you know you're nearly done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 7. And don't forget, if this is hurting your toes or your shoulders or wrists, like this, sort of like that, is one way of doing it, or like that. Okay, otherwise, a little bit of weight onto the arms. If you know your yoga, you could do it onto the floor, or you could do it normal up dog, down dog on the floor if you would like. Your spine should feel much looser now. And number 8 is great. One more stretch. One more breath in and out on this leg. Other leg. Really good stretch here. Okay, I'm going to be doing lots of these, which incorporate stretching, balance, cardiovascular fitness, and memory. So I hope you can do more of my videos. I'm specialising in the over 50s. And thank you so much. I hope to see you again. Have a great day.